Hello. Good evening. Happy Friday. TGIF, right? Exciting. Everybody's doing well. Welcome, welcome. Got some exciting stuff to talk about tonight. I'm really excited about it myself, and I hope everybody else is also. It'll be a good time. We have something we talked about along in the very beginning of the Brian Kohberger situation, the Papa Rodgers guy. And people kind of went back and forth here and there about it. And it looks like, I don't know, it's kind of resurfaced. And maybe there is something to it. I don't know. We never will know. No, maybe we will. Who knows? The thing is with this, the way this has gone, I don't know what we're going to know. But one of his classmates seems to think that it is him. So I think that's pretty interesting. Obviously, I don't know. But and also some kind of interesting other things that he had to say about Brian Kohberger. And so that's kind of exciting. And then after that, we're going to get into this Bondi thing because believe me, I am definitely ready for that one to go. Me personally, I'm ready for it to go. I have been for a while. I've been really good with that. So hopefully that's going to happen. But we'll get through this. We'll talk about the Brian Kohberger first. I don't see anybody chatting yet. Whoever is here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and let us know. Hey, Legs. Mr. Snotty, good to see you. Good to see you. See you both. Hey, Kentucky woman. Good to see you. Hey, Mama. Oh, fun. Friday night. That's a Friday night thing, right? I love it. Oh, there you are, Tony. There you are. Good to see you. Yeah, this is kind of wild, this Papa Rodgers thing. Oh, good. I know. I love that. I'm very happy to hear that, Mama. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am really, I really want to talk about this Brian Kohberger, but I am really anxious to. Oh, this Bondi stuff has been really setting me off lately. Okay, we'll be here. We'll be here, Tony. Yep, it looks like it. It looks like it. But yeah, we'll this is pretty interesting. This guy seems to think that Papa Rodgers was Brian Kohberger. Check this out. Interesting.
Josh made some pretty astute observations about Kohberger, and Josh is kind enough to join me now. Wow. First of all, I can't thank you enough for this interview, because I, along with so many others, have been trying to get inside the head of Brian Kohberger, and it seems like a fool's errand. It seems impossible. So anyone who may have known him or anything about him is like a gold mine, Josh. First and foremost, what was he like? What was the Brian Kohberger you knew like?
Yeah, so let me clear something up real quick. I don't remember a single class we had together except biology. What I said was that we had, as a collective group of students, took these classes not together.
It really is, Tony. It is. Isn't that wild? Remember all the talk about that? Crazy.
I only remember biology courses. However, as a student, he was very astute, very diligent, and he was a pleasure to work with.
Wow.
So when you say he was a pleasure to work with, was he a pleasure to work with because you're a man? Because all of the reports say if you were female, he wanted nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I could say that would be accurate, just because during class and roaming around DeSales University, I never saw him really talk to anybody. In the group project, he communicated with me via text and email, and we worked diligently on this project, him and I together with two others who really didn't do much in the project. But when it was time to communicate, he was easy to communicate and text and email and make sure the project and the portions that needed to be done were done. But in terms of his interactions with other students, the most telling thing I can say is he really kept himself. I remember vividly many times watching him in the Starbucks in one of the buildings, and he would sit there with his computer and his headphones in and keep to himself almost all the time.
Can't you see that about him? He's kind of a creepy, not kind of, he's a lot of a creepy guy. But this all makes so much sense. And I haven't, this guy says he's talked to other people. I have never seen this guy myself. Good to see you, Beck. By the way, they did officially total our car today, so we went out car shopping again.
In class, he would answer questions from the professor, but you never really saw him engage, interact with really anybody. Even myself in our group, we didn't have many conversations because he would shut down any kind of small talk.
So, Josh, you know, you can remember somebody for no particular reason, and you can remember someone because of something like this, and suddenly you look at your memories through a different prism. When you look back at the man you see on your screen right now, when you look back at your time with him, do you see any red flags? Do you see anything that now stands out, now makes perfect sense?
No, I can't say that I do. I mean, he was like a chameleon. I mean, for everything that's came out, some of the most heinous people.
We actually went and looked at the new Ridgeline Black Edition. We had Ridgeline before, and we really loved it. So, oh my God. Am I here? Yeah, we're thinking about it. We loved the MDX. We did a lot. We loved it, but Okay, yeah, because my thing just said I was offline. That was really weird. So weird. It's a truck with a really big cab. Do it, legs. Do it. Yep. Hey, Jonathan. See? Okay, I keep getting a thing saying I'm offline. I don't know why that's happening. I know, isn't that weird? It keeps coming up and just saying you're offline. I don't know why.
Never fear, the IT department is here.
It's gone now, but it just
I
comes
know,
across.
you did stop on that there.
Did I? Okay.
They're actually crazy. Covers the bed with your
Okay, he's gonna fix it. He's gonna fix it.
fix.
Let's see. Okay, that's apparently I come right back. So that's pretty wild, right? I mean, I don't know. I was listening to this last night and I was like, wow. Remembering back in the day when there was so much talk about the Papa Rodgers and right? Who knows? It's kind of weird to have that come back up again. I felt like I think a lot of people thought it back at that time. But I'm very anxious to see. Well, like, so there was a person that their handle name, whatever you want to call it, in a Facebook group that they were called Papa Rodgers, and this was before Kohberger was arrested, before there was anything had come out about it. This person was saying things that seemed like they knew a lot, and there was a lot of talk about whether that was the killer, or, and then once he was arrested, a lot of people thought it was him, but we didn't hear any more about it for quite a while. We haven't heard more about it until just yesterday. So I think a lot of people have always thought that it was him, but that guy thinks it is. And he worked with them. He went to class with them. He worked with them. Uh-oh. You are welcome, ma'am. I just thought it was so weird because I hadn't heard that for quite a while. But we will cover the sentencing hearing and kind of do a recap or something beforehand. I really thought that once he took a plea deal that he just already had the sentence. But I think, I mean, at least the family can come and give their statements. That's good. And I'm pretty sure, obviously, it's going to be life, 4 life sentences, in my opinion. That's what I believe is going to happen. So, but, you know, you never know. So, my really exciting yeah, I'm pretty excited that I have been saying for a long time that I want Crystal Rock. I do remember that. Yes, I did see that, Jonathan. And you know what else? You know, there were children found working there. Yep. That was pretty sick, huh? And you still have all the, I don't, it just drives you nuts. I'll have to look into that. I haven't seen anything recently on it, but yeah, I'm really glad. I'm glad that I hope they do get him. And they need to start arresting these people that are causing all the havoc. That's ridiculous. They can't have all that. Not in my opinion. But I'm very happy that I have been saying I want Pam Bondi to go for a while now. I think she's caused a lot of problems. And so now, really big stuff. No, it is, Jonathan. It actually is. Yep. You're right. No, I don't like her at all. I don't. She keeps going out there running her damn mouth. I said months ago, she needs to shut up. She just needs to shut up. And she's not trying to shut up. It's not a good look. She has not helped anything at all. And now it looks like it looks like Bongino and Cash both are threatening to leave if she stays. She's got to go. Literally everybody is calling for her to go. I've been calling for it for a long. I've just been calling for her to shut her mouth, and she doesn't know how to do that. She just doesn't. But woohoo! I am excited about this because she's making everybody look like an ass. I have always loved him too, but you know what? She's making everybody look like assholes because she's doing stupid shit. Yep. I'm excited. I hope she goes. It's got to be her. It's got to be her. Right. And you can tell how uncomfortable the very little bit that they've come out, they've been super uncomfortable. You get there, like you can see that he's aged, literally. Hey, Ryan. Wow. I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. Wow. Hiding from the heat. Yeah, it's hot. It is hot. That's a thing. We were out looking at cars today, and I'm like, oh my God, this is why I don't like to go. It's too freaking hot out there. Oh my God.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. The fallout from the Epstein saga nightmare crisis for the Trump administration continues to boil over into absolute chaos inside of federal law enforcement in Washington, D.C. with Dan Bongino.
No, I had an accident last week. Brian, I totaled my car. So we've been looking for a new car. So we were looking at the new Ridgeline today, but we'll see what happens. No, nobody was hurt, but yeah, I hit a deer and totaled my car. Thank God nobody was hurt. But it's a Honda Ridgeline. The car I totaled was a Acura MDX. I loved it. We might still go there. We don't know. But we had Ridgeline before and we loved it. So, but it's so hot in Arizona to look for a car right now. It's freaking boiling out there. It's really hard to do. Okay, I love this.
Saying that he will resign if Pam Bondi stays on as Attorney General. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Kash Patel as well, saying that he is going to leave if Bongino leaves. You can either pick. It's either Bongino or Bondi. The pick is obvious. Bondi must go, says Megyn Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. Kash Patel rumored to also be considering resignation if Pam Bondi stays on, is according to reporting here. Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi has sparred over the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, and it looks like Bongino and Kash are done being humiliated. Bongino is reportedly furious with Attorney General Pam Bondi over her handling of the Epstein files, which has led to many to believe he could walk off job. A source close to Bongino says that he's effectively issued an ultimatum saying he's about to clean out his desk if Pam stays on. Bongino left a lucrative career in broadcasting to take this job. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire internet is taking one side here. I'm not sure about Kash leaving, but the report that Dan Bongino is cleaning up after Pam Bondi is 100% accurate, and he's done. It comes after months of frustrations. I have airtight multiple sourcing on this. Dan isn't the only one who feels this way. Kash and Dan for months have tried to get Pam to understand the importance of full transparency in her department, especially on the Epstein stuff, for reasons becoming apparent. It's fallen on deaf ears, and Pam is giving multiple avenues to pursue and infinite examples of people who need to be brought in front of a special counsel. She has refused to budge every time. This is a nightmare. Susie Wild's long-standing and personal friend, in the event that Trump would maybe cash, if he wants out too, it's likely that his chief of staff would recommend against it. Layers of problems. I don't think Bongino is going back to the office on Monday if something doesn't happen to Pam. Or even a special counsel search announced, perhaps.
See?
It would represent a massive victory for the swamp and indeed sex traffickers. Letting Cash and Dan walk while keeping Pam cover-up Bondi would be the cause of total revolt from the base. That's a matter of fact. It would be a disaster for the midterms, and there's no universe to happen without major blowback. She's distracting from huge wins. She simply has to go.
I
Cash Patel
agree.
now
She
considering
has to go.
leaving also. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, on this channel, I know them both personally. I know them to be of upstanding character with huge hearts, both of them. Chaos as Cash Patel and Dan Bongino consider quitting over the Epstein files. Nightmare. A nightmare that was, of course, leaked to left-wing media, leaked to Axios.
Yeah, there are a lot of people asking for her to go. Like, people have been all week. Like I said, I've been saying this for months. She goes and runs her mouth. And how many times have we heard her say, videos? Nobody wants to see that. That's the stupidest shit ever. I am tired of her saying stupid shit. Exactly. She talks all this crap. Nobody wants to see disgusting videos. And she acts like she's some kind of badass all the time. She needs to just shut up. I said this a long time ago. She should just shut up. The first time she said, oh, tomorrow, breaking news, tomorrow, you're getting it all. And then that was a big fucking joke. She's stupid. Well, there's clearly something very fishy about all that, obviously. Obviously, it's bigger than anything that we are aware of. Or not, I mean, we all have our thoughts about it. I think it involves other countries is where it's probably a really big problem. But you think about it, right? She was Florida AG whenever Epstein was charged there. But I think it's pretty clear that he was working for the CIA or whatever. He was some kind of operative until he wasn't, and then he was dead. But the way she wants to come out with all this crap, and then all of a sudden, nope, nothing to see here. She should have just shut up. That's it. She should have shut her mouth a long time ago, but she doesn't want to do that. Yep. On a lot of people. And he was put in that position for that reason, my belief. Because where did his money come from? Nobody has any idea where because he didn't have a little bit of money. He wasn't wealthy. He had a lot of money. Islands and planes and all this shit. He had a lot of money. And there's no one has any way of seeing where his money came from. And he had, he was a teacher when he wasn't even qualified to teach. It was all ridiculous. It was all made up. His position was completely made up. Exactly right. That's what I think probably also, Tony. I believe that too. Well, I think he has dirt on them, is my opinion. I believe that. But nobody's looking for gross videos. You know, I think the problem that people don't understand, like, we need somebody to be held accountable. Just can you arrest, charge anybody, somebody, because it really is just being so clear that the only people that are going to be held accountable are people like us. Right. No, Netanyahu's not going to be arrested. I don't think he's going to be arrested. But you know, it wouldn't hurt me none if he just fucking went away. I'm so sick of him, honestly. Jerry, hey. Hey. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm really done with him. I'm done, you know, I'm about America first, 100%, and I'm sick of all of this shit. And you know, there is a way that they could handle this. I don't know. Like I said, just shutting her mouth would have helped a lot, because what I think is that Trump has a lot of shit going on right now. Clearly, there's a lot of things happening, natural disasters. There's a lot of things happening. And this doesn't need to be number one. She made that happen. She did that. And that's why she has to go. It doesn't have to be. 100%. She lied right to our faces. Right. That's the whole thing. And so are you supposed to believe what she says today or what she said the other day? Like, she literally comes out and just lies. I think she wants attention. I think she wants, I don't know what the hell she wants. I mean, she's this freaking bimbo, if you ask me. I'm so sick of her. Oh, so sick of her. I know. No, I think she wants to be on the news all the time. I don't know exactly what she wants, but I can't stand it. Yeah, and I actually was good with her in the beginning. I was. I know. My bad. Totally my bad. Yeah, I did not think I liked her in the beginning, but I do. But right away she did go out and start making an ass of herself, in my opinion. She's made Trump look bad. She's made a lot of, and you can't believe what she says. She changes her mind. It's just crap. She loves her family. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about her family. And honestly, I don't care about her family. She's made herself look really stupid, and she's put a really big, a really bad position for a lot of people. She put Cash and Dan in a bad position. Well, I've thought that too, Tony. I will admit I have actually thought that. Yeah, I'm not sure that I do either. I go back and forth on that one, Jerry. I do. I go back and forth. I wasn't sure in the beginning about him at all. And then he kind of won me over. And then sometimes, okay. Yeah, and let's all remember that I was good with her in the beginning. I was. Right. I'm with you, Legs. I'm with you. Yep. Same. But I am happy to see that Bongino would just say, fuck it, I'll leave. Because, the one time he's come out, he didn't even look like himself. Like he looked like he had aged already. He wouldn't look up. He didn't act like himself at all. And I don't doubt that when you get in there, all of a sudden shit starts happening. Like Tony said, I think that you do have your family is threatened. Something happens. The deep state is horrible. And we should never have thought that they were just going to give up. That's the whole thing. There's still so many of these people embedded deep inside there. And I get that. But she needed to shut her mouth. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. I do too. I do believe that. And I think that maybe he's still he had a lot of people he trusted last time. It turned out to be bad. He still has some. Exactly, Frazzle. That's just it. Why did she should have just stopped. Exactly right. She kept dangling and dangling. It's like, give me a break. Why? Trump does have some people who went to jail for him. I mean, went to jail because of his relationship with him. And right. And like I said, she always came out acting like this badass. So stern, just going to tell us what's going on, And then she just constantly says, every time she's asked about it, she says, nobody will ever see those videos. Well, that's so fucking insulting. As if you haven't insulted our intelligence enough. You want to act like anybody who wants to see that. That is not what we're talking about, and you fucking know it. How ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here. I can't. That's so freaking annoying. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Absolutely. The best thing we could do as people, in my opinion, is first of all, not let them continue to divide us, because the things they divide us on are so silly. I think we are pretty much really a lot alike ultimately. We can disagree on a lot of things, but we don't have to hate each other. And we need to start enforcing, we need to start giving term limits to our people. That's up to us to do that. This is a thing, but if they weren't going to stay, there would be no reason for them to be bought and paid for. if they're not staying. We have got to take that away from them. It's up to us. Yes, we do need to pray all very hard. Yep, we do. Look, check this out. Like, people are coming out.
I'm just getting ready to go into the mountains, so I'm gonna lose signal. And before I did, I got a comment on what's happening in Washington with Dan Bongino and Bondi. A direct plea to President Trump. Please, President Trump, I know you're not involved at this level. I know that you are busy working on huge projects, but America can't lose Dan Bongino. He has so much credibility. Everybody knows him, loves him. Pam Bondi has created so much doubt and chaos in this whole thing. There's no reason for all of this. You know, either it's a massive cover up or she's just fouled this up every single time. Please, let's not lose Dan Bongino. If there's a choice, I hope not, but please fire Pam Bondi. Keep Dan Bongino, please. Hey,
Wow, right? Dan Bongino is he is deputy director of the FBI currently, and he former Secret Service, yeah. And she's brought all of their credibility down. Cash too, because you know, when you really look at it, they haven't been out talking a bunch of shit. Right. But you know, that's just it. I had been saying that their families must be being threatened. But a lot of this is on her. Again, you know what? It didn't have to blow up so big. She's the one that went on Fox News every damn day talking about all these videos she's watched, and she's got the client list on her desk, and breaking news tomorrow, she's going to hand it out. She has debacled the fuck out of this. People were not harassing her. Like I said months ago, she needs to just shut up. Stop. Now she's put out this fucked up video. I mean, and did you hear her explain that the other day? That was like word salad. Like, are you talking? What the fuck was she? I don't even know what the hell she said. I was so annoyed with that. I mean, frankly, to hear her voice just irritates the shit out of me these days. But she didn't say anything. Yeah, I'm not either. But she has blown this up because she wouldn't shut up. She wanted to make way more of herself than she is. That's my opinion. Right. Exactly. And then she puts out that stupid thing on Sunday after a week, you know, after a holiday weekend, puts it out there. And it's like, okay. Right. It's her ego. It is. Well, the thing is, what needs to happen is if she would just shut up. You know, I don't know her name, but I can pitch. I have Frazzle. I can see her face right now. Her deputy. I can't. I can see her face, but I can't remember her name. Dan is Cash's deputy. Right. She's not a mother. She doesn't have children. She has stepchildren. She's been married 2 or 3 times. If you notice, look at her. She goes up and down in weight big time. Not that I don't know. I mean, you know, women do menopause. Shit happens. I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying it's like visibly noticeable through the years. Dan gave up a lot. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yep. I don't know who would be, I don't even know. But I'm telling you, Megyn Kelly is absolutely like, she's got to go. But you got to figure Dan and Cash both, Pam is their boss. They were coming out with stuff that I kept saying, what the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? Yeah, he was making tons of money on his own show. Yep. He owns a portion of Rumble also. But if you know the one time, all right. Okay. Stop. Yes, he did. He had cancer too. Yes, he did. Yep. Yep. And look at how they're coming out with that, saying, yeah, that guy acted alone. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I do too, Jerry. But if you notice, the one time he has spoke about this Epstein shit on camera, he didn't even act like himself at all. Yeah, he did have cancer. Yep. I know Trump seems to really like her. I liked her too, but I don't now at all. Let me see. Oh, he was never on. I don't think he was ever on YouTube, but he was really big on Rumble, and I know that he has ownership in Rumble. Right. Exactly right. I mean, did you on YouTube? I was going to say I don't know if it was him though on here. I think he did. I don't know. I always watch him on Rumble. Yeah. I think he did too. He really didn't want to give that up. he liked what he was doing. He was doing very well at it. But I think he did want to work for his country. I kind of thought he would be director.
Come work for him. What are you gonna say?
Right.
They're not gonna say no. When that early is.
Yeah, but then you put you put that twit. She's got everybody looking stupid.
And then you say it's her or me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you say.
This is going to be an interesting weekend. I'm very anxious.
Yeah, it's gotta be this weekend.
I keep thinking that, you know what, I need to go to X and see. I keep thinking something's going to come down. Oh my God. So much stupidity shit. Oh, Lord. I see a judge has ordered the administration to halt indiscriminate immigration stops and arrests in Southern California. This is ridiculous. The Supreme Court already ruled on this shit. Good grief. Because those people are the people that are protesting that shit, they need to start going to jail immediately. Let me see. Let me see. Megyn Kelly was at let me see. Yep. Right. I agree. Let's see. The best cartoon. You don't like her? I don't like everything she does, but oh, okay. I see. I don't know about that.
A slow news day.
Nothing's going on. Anyone been on X the past hour?
They're happy. That's why you know they haven't
That's
been
right.
on social media.
We'll update you.
Why don't you update them, Megan?
Well, this is the first big scandal, I'd say, of the Trump administration that's on Team Rational. It's not a fake media scandal like the left tries to create for President Trump every other day. It's one of the right's own making, and it's not going well. And it has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Let me just ask you, make some noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Raise your hand if it matters a lot to you. Raise your hand. So every hand of 7,000 people.
Everybody cares.
A lot. I said a lot. Every hand.
Here's what I think is happening. I don't think President Trump is focused on this. He's focused on a lot of other things which are going great, and he needs to be focused on those other things. Jeffrey Epstein's not the most important thing on his agenda by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he's crushing it on the tariffs, foreign policy, just got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. If not Trump, then who? Honestly. Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize after 9 months in office. He had done nothing. He gave it.
Yeah, they got rid of her. I'm not even really. I think it was over Trump. Remember, she went at it with Trump in 2016 or 15. But she's done very well on her own.
Nice speech about Muslims, and they gave it to him. So President Trump should be getting the Nobel Peace Prize, and there's all sorts of things he's focused on. I just don't think this has captured his attention quite yet. But it needs to, because it's starting to create a real hornet's nest within the administration. And I've got to be honest, I blame Pam Bondi. I'll tell you why, okay? I have nothing, yes, incompetence, yes. I have nothing against Pam Bondi as a human being. I was fine with her nomination and her confirmation, and she's been loyal to the president. And I get that President Trump needs a loyal attorney general. Look what happened with Sessions the first time. He went away, and then the next thing you know, we had the Mueller investigation, and it was a nightmare. But there are a lot of other people who can be loyal and competent in that job. Here, she is the reason that things are unraveling around this story right now that virtually all of the Republican Party cares deeply about. It's also true that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel had questions about Epstein before they took office, okay, before they went into the FBI. But once they joined the FBI, they said nothing. They've kept their mouths shut about Epstein. You have not seen them, except for one joint appearance with Dan and Kash on Fox, running all over the media looking for attention on this, yes, clickbaity story. Who have you seen? Pam Bondi. She has never missed an opportunity to go on television and dangle sweet nothings that might be coming your way. Try to lead you to believe that she's got it. It's on her desk. It's coming tomorrow. You're going to see something on Epstein. And it was a tease. So you either believe that Pam Bondi was telling the truth then, or that she's telling the truth now. But both cannot be true. She was either lying when she went on Fox News all those times saying, I've got it, we're looking at it, wait until you see it, it's horrible. Or she's lying in her 2-page memo that they released on a Sunday night at the tail end of a holiday.
Yeah, there was that movie about Roger Ailes. A lot of it, I think it was mostly based around that Carlson woman. The one that was Miss America. I'm not quite sure why she ever was, but anyway, I don't care for her. Anyway, yeah. She's on some left-wing.
No, she's on
Yeah.
American News now.
Yeah, whatever. She's ugly.
Holiday weekend to Axios, as if Axios is where we all go for our news. Hell no. She went to someone she knew would not kick the tires on the story, and without signing the memo, dropped it in the dead of night and said, that's it.
Yep.
Take it. Take the crumbs and be happy. Refused to come out and give a presser. Come out and give a press conference. Stand there for 6 hours to the point where people are dying of boredom. They've asked all their questions. That's how you put a scandal to rest. But she wouldn't even sign her name to it. And I'm telling you, I have dollars to donuts. It's going to come out that there was internal consternation over that memo, and whose name did and did not go on it, and who was and was not behind it. And so now you have a situation where her words on the record on Fox News are diametrically opposed to what she put in
Oh,
this
I like
memo.
Tucker.
She's
I
embarrassed the president. She's embarrassed herself. And Dan and Cash, to the extent they've had to sign off on that, let's understand the FBI is controlled by the DOJ. FBI is subservient to DOJ. She's their boss. That they're in this position where the only comments they've made on the record as administration officials have been, we don't think he killed himself, and we don't think he got murdered. We think he did kill himself. We've looked at the tapes, and Cash to Joe Rogan saying, if I saw all these tapes of Jeffrey Epstein with little girls, trust me, I would show you, but I haven't seen it. Okay, so what they're saying now is consistent with what they've said since they joined the office, and that is one of the many reasons why this scandal is squarely on her. And I'm telling you, I'm of the cable news universe. I've seen it happen a million times. People get thirsty. They love to see themselves on television. They love to see their names in the Klieg lights. They love the attention. They love the little emails and texts and tweets and thumbs up they get after their appearance, and they can feel their star rising. And listen, internally, I'm told there's a bit of like a power struggle between Pam Bondi and another female administration official on who's going to be the top dog. You know, we've got a great bench behind President Trump. We've got JD, we've got Marco, you know, we've got Hegseth. We've got a lot of people who could potentially be next up. But there are some women who've got their eye on that role too. And I've been
maybe
told
one of
she's
them speaking at this event.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm too happy a person.
No, I know. I was talking about someone tomorrow, so that might be speaking at this.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Okay.
but Megan, you make a very astute point, and let me add to it, which is that she also brought in some of our best influencers, people that I care about deeply. Jack Posobiec, who's incredible, Libs of TikTok, Chaya, DC Drano.
Yeah.
And she gave them these binders, and she humiliated them.
Yeah.
And you guys know what I'm talking about? Where she like did this stuff with the
remember
binders?
this?
And
Yes.
you guys were upset, but you shouldn't be upset, the influencers. They were handed these binders like there was something incredible in them.
It is what you would do to an enemy. It would have been a brilliant operation had she loathed
I
them
agree, Tony.
and been looking to undermine them. The trick would have been perfect had this been Joe Biden's White House doing this to some of President Trump's most loyal supporters and media advocates. What happened was they invited all of them there to say hi to the vice president, to say hi to the president. Sure, they all went, of course. Who wouldn't go to the White House to say hello to Trump? They didn't expect anything on Epstein. So they went, they said hello, and before they knew it, they were pulled into a room with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, and she had made the binders.
Yeah. They didn't, which seemed kind of funny because those people were there the next morning after she had been on Fox News saying, it's coming out tomorrow. Breaking news. It's coming out tomorrow. Remember that night? And she made everybody look like assholes. Those people had been invited there. Actually, they were there to see JD Vance. They didn't know anything about this. She made everybody look like an idiot. She even bragged that she's the one that made the cover thing for that. Phase 1. Fucking blow me, bitch.
She bragged about making the cover sheet that read Epstein Files, Phase 1. And she handed them out. And what Liz Wheeler, who was there, told me was that she told them, there's not that much in here, but like another trove is coming. I'm going to get it from the FBI, but like, here's Phase 1. Flash forward 14 hours earlier to when she was on with Jesse Waters on Fox News saying, oh, you're going to see some Epstein documents tomorrow. She knew they were bullshit. She knew that there was nothing in there. She told the influencers when she gave it to them, there's really nothing in here. I'm going to try to get you more. And in the meantime, then they funneled them out the back of the White House where all the press corps was. And the influencers are standing there with these binders. They didn't even know they were there for Epstein. And they looked foolish through no fault of their own. The only fault was they trusted her.
And these are some of our best people that we should have their back. Liz Wheeler's amazing, Jack Posobiec.
Yes.
And they got
She dinged their credibility for no reason.
100%. And did they ever get an apology for that?
No. And the only way of making it up, trust me, as somebody in the media who relies on sources, the only way she could have made up for this enormous error, and truly to this day, if you believe she knew there was nothing in there, then I don't know why she did it. She just did it to make them look like fools for fun of it. But the only way she could have made up for it was to give them a scoop. That's the only way of fixing it. When you have the scoop, when you do get the second tranche, you've got to leak something to them. You've got to let them break something.
Yes, me
she
too,
never
Jerry.
did, but she continued to tout that she had something. She was going to get that FBI file. Then she got caught by James O'Keefe on hidden camera saying she had.
Yes, remember that? So she's caught talking to somebody at a restaurant about shit. See, I mean, this is so unprofessional. Have you ever seen an AG act like this? Ever? And we've had some really fucked up AGs, let me tell you. They don't act like that. Oh, I just can't with her. She's made me sick for ever since she pulled that shit. And now every single time you ever see her, she's like, those videos will never see the light of day. I want to fucking slap her every time I see that shit.
Tens of thousands of videos of Epstein and little children. It was like, what? Well, we never heard that. We heard he was into the barely legal type, the like 18-year-olds who look 14, but we didn't hear about children. And then because she was caught once again shooting off her mouth inappropriately, attorneys general of the United States normally say nothing. They say nothing.
Merrick Garland had one press conference a year.
Yes, nothing. Bill Barr, you couldn't get him to speak or say anything. Even Eric Holder was less chatty than this. So she got caught on camera and she decided to cover up the James O'Keefe slip by then running to a real camera and being like, there are tens of thousands of videos of the children and I'm announcing it all. So once again, she didn't give that to the influencers. And then she slides it into this memo.
So I have a dumb question. Maybe it's not dumb. So it's so she has doubled down on the videos. Is that correct, Megan?
Yes. Now she's tripled down.
Epstein was not the perp in every one of those videos.
So because they've been so ambiguous,
no, but
we're
let's
not
just
sure.
think about this. Unless we're led to believe that Epstein himself personally raped all these kids, children, or whatever, then isn't the statute of limitations on child rape like basically infinite?
Well,
so then why are we not indicting the people that were doing the raping that we have on video? Like, what's that all about?
Yeah,
right.
No, you know this better than I do. So Epstein's dead. He's met his hopefully eternal fire where he deserves in the pit of hell. But if it's true, the Attorney General of the United States said, just remind me, we have thousands of videos.
She said that we've got thousands of videos showing child pornography.
And she doubled down on that.
She did.
So
tripled.
So you have to infer Jeffrey Epstein was not the only person involved in that.
Well, no, let me tell you what I've gleaned. But since you,
because what is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison for? I mean, give me a fucking break. No, exactly right. It will help to get rid of her because she is a fucking train wreck. That'll help me. I'll feel a lot better if she goes. Definitely if it means Cash and Dan are going to leave. But yes, we need to see somebody in fucking handcuffs. We need perp walks. That's what we need. Again, what she could have done is shut up. And yet she was caught by James O'Keefe telling somebody about this shit. And as soon as, before he came out with it, she went up to the press at the White House. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have a wife. Yeah, she's in some kind of club fed or something for 20 years or something. I don't know. I think he took over for her dad. Her dad was the Jeffrey Epstein of his time found floating outside of his yacht.
She's been so ambiguous. Take it with a grain of salt, okay? She won't have a presser. She won't give an interview. She won't answer any hard questions. All we get is the unsigned paper memo, 2 pages to Axios, who won't ask any questions. So what I think she's saying is that she's found, allegedly, tens of thousands of screen grabs of child pornography. They call it child sexual abuse material now, it's C-SCAN. And that's what she says they found on his hard drives, he was into this form of porn, off the internet. But separately, they say he had at least 1,000 victims of his.
No, okay, but 1,000 victims, unless we are to believe he personally was after every one of those victims, there has to be some other bad guys still alive that are powerful that did something to these children.
There are.
Why are we not impaneling a special prosecutor to find every single one of these powerful people that went after these kids? Why are we putting up with this?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think you'll find out.
Am I understanding this correctly? Because I don't even remember.
I can't answer that.
I don't even know Pam Bondi said that. I can't even remember all this because it's all over. I got a thing on my desk. I got truckloads of stuff.
Yeah, no, we all have busy lives, and President Trump has a busy life. And I don't think he realizes how much she's humiliated the administration. This is a self-inflicted wound. She caused it. Again, I have nothing against Pam Bondi, but if you want to look for the villain in this story, we have found her. She is the person who's either lying now or she was lying then. There's no two ways about it. Right. And if you accept what's in the memo, that they don't have the goods on anybody, there's no one who can be indicted, they didn't find a trove of info on other people, then why was she trying to titillate us over a child sexual abuse case for months? She was on the air repeatedly in February, in March, again in May. It's completely inappropriate. You don't play cutesy with child sexual abuse material.
So Megan, I don't mean to interrupt. Right. First of all, you're totally right. But the media, you've been around the space of hyper ambitious women. What is this? Analyze her for us.
Well, I think she wants to make a name for herself. What she really wants to be is a star. That's what I think she wants. That's why she runs to the cameras on Fox News. There's no other reason. Look back at the attorneys general. Seriously, do you ever remember knowing an attorney general like this? Or even having the attorney general's voice in your head? I can barely remember Merrick Garland's weird little nasally voice, but it's in there. But the average person couldn't pick him out of a lineup because normally attorneys general are somber, serious people who are fairly annoying, but they're schooled in the law. Pam Bondi has one trait, and I think it's why Trump chose her. She's loyal to the president. And I get it. He does need somebody loyal, especially in that position. But he has a wealth of other options.
Well, I think Judge Jeanine is amazing. Do we like Judge Jeanine? Everything yes. I really like Judge Jeanine.
Judge Jeanine would be brilliant. Harmeet Dillon would be brilliant.
So you're calling for Pam Bondi to resign or to go. But can you please tell people the breaking news? According to reports that you have verified, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino will resign if what does not happen? If
she doesn't go.
So
I only have it on Bongino.
It's all over X though.
No, I know, but let me just tell you what my reporting is. Bongino, it's Bongino or Bondi. He's not
Who would you guys prefer, Bongino or Bondi? Okay, 7,000 to 0.
They want Dan. Of course, Dan, you know why? Because Dan understands MAGA. Dan's part of the MAGA movement. Dan's been an important piece of it and a mouthpiece for really important ideas and an advocate and a fierce warrior. He's been in the trenches. With all due respect to Pam Bondi, she's been in Florida. She represented the president. It's nice, but do you think she really gets MAGA? I don't think so. She wouldn't have behaved this way if she did. And now it's a time for choosing. It's a time for choosing. We're about to lose Dan for sure, and maybe Kash too, if she doesn't go. Now she's got some allies. I think Susie Wiles is close with her, and Susie Wiles is amazing.
Yeah, but I really don't know why Susie Wiles likes her. But if anyone pays attention to what she's doing, you can't get behind that. Not in my opinion. I don't believe that. I don't think anybody cares for her to stay. I mean, it'd be very surprising. No, but what I see is they're making a stand because they don't like what they're putting their name is behind the shit that she's doing. I think it's a stand up thing for them to say I'm not standing for this. John Fetterman. That's funny. Oh, right, right. Yeah, I mean, I think that anybody who wants to, yeah, Senator Hoodie and shorts and hoodie guy, and they want to keep telling you how he's mentally not right, and
Smartest guy in the Democratic Party.
right, right. Uh, yeah, I'm good with him.
I take out votes for that guy.
Yeah, I don't see Susie Wiles leaving because of Pam Bondi. I don't see that happening. Um, she might like her a lot, but
It's important to efficient campaign.
I didn't even watch that debate, but I can only imagine that that was funny. Yeah, it would. I feel like by the end of the weekend, we're going to hear that she has resigned. I mean, even if the president doesn't tell her to, I would think that she would, because literally there's nobody out there that is okay with her. I have not heard anybody. Even before Dan said this, people have been calling for her to go. I did not watch it. I didn't. I didn't watch anything. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to see if there's anything really new on this. Well, he had just had a stroke, right? Hold on a second. I just want to see if there's anything. Okay, nothing. I don't think anything new has come out yet. There was another ICE protest today, of course. So stupid. I did not see Ron Paul have a stroke on podcast. I did not. I do like Ron Paul, and I like Rand. Okay. Oh, I didn't know he was lieutenant governor, actually. Okay, hold on. That's just where I found.
I will confess, I listened to Dr. Oz and my mind is kind of starting to wander. I'm like, I don't know. I lost my focus a lot while he was talking. But when Fetterman talked, it was like, he had my full attention, right? You were like, oh my God, I don't know if he's going to make it. Is he going to make it? And many times he did not make it. And while his campaign has been saying over and over, it's just an auditory processing issue, like he needs to read captioning in order to understand. It's clearly so much more than that. He cannot speak. He can't put the right words in the right order. He mushes them together. We did put together a little highlight reel for the audience who did not sit around watching that thing last night. Here's some of it.
Hi, good night, everybody. He has never met an oil company that he doesn't swipe right about. It's about supporting and helping, young earners, to give them a break. I believe that supporting, I do support fracking, and I support fracking, and I stand and I do support fracking. It's just the same way that university for degrees as well too, but going to those kind of vocational schools, able to create a career to Wayne, reach a lot of high salary, and again, supporting to reduce those costs are critical too. I want to look into the face of every woman in Pennsylvania. I believe if my doctor believes that I'm fit to serve, and that's what I believe is appropriate, they all believe that I'm ready to be served. We can't be held, ransom to somebody like Russia. I made the opportunity to defend our community as the chief law enforcement officer there. Everybody in Braddock, an overwhelming majority community of Black community, and I've always believed that the choice believes women and their doctors. And again, it's the Oz rule. He's on TV and he's lying. I never supported any of that thing. His family's company was levied the largest fine for immigration hiring of immigrant illegals.
Oh my goodness.
This is more than just auditory processing.
Yeah.
I think that much is clear from the debate last night. This guy has a whole host of problems beyond his performance last night, by the way, and we'll get into all that, I'm sure, in the course of the conversation. But I mean, just listening to him, it was just stunning.
The only thing that went right for John Fetterman was the merciful chime of the time bell.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
won.
it's just like a boxer
You
being
won.
saved by the bell.
Yeah.
I think his whole campaign team, his wife, everyone around him, the Democrat Party in Pennsylvania should all be ashamed that they're allowing this to continue. This is not fair to do to him. And I think that you're seeing them trying to have it both ways, where initially, and this is pre-Democrat primary, they told voters, oh, this is a small setback. Everything will be right as rain. It's going to be totally normal, in very short order. And now they're trying to keep saying that, oh, it's ableism, to try to bring up the fact that he's very clearly in.
I think this is on him. I think this is on Fetterman himself and his wife for continuing this spectacle. When he had this stroke right before the primary or then after the primary, he could have bowed out of this race. They had until August. There was a deadline in August where his name would be on the ballot regardless. That was the deadline. They had plenty of time to make this decision, and John Fetterman decided to stay in the race.
Okay, let's see.
3, here's how it went.
You released this saying you can work full duty in public office, but you have not released your detailed medical records. Will you pledge tonight to release those records?
To me, for transparency is about showing up. I'm here today to have a debate. I have, speeches in front of 3,000 people in Montgomery County, all across Pennsylvania, big crowds. I believe if my doctor believes that I'm fit to serve, and that's what I believe is appropriate, they all believe that I'm ready to be served.
Follow up. I didn't hear you say you would release your full medical records. Why not? You have 30 seconds.
No, again, my doctor all believes that I'm fit to be serving, and that's what I believe is where I'm standing.
Oh my God, you guys.
And I think that's also an interesting point to bring up, is that the media has treated this note from his doctor as if it's some sort of a medical document and not something signed by a donor to his campaign.
Right.
That's who signed off
who
on
happens
that.
to be a doctor.
Someone who has donated to his campaign is saying, yeah, I think this guy should run. And journalists with no question are like, okay, that's a medical document now.
I got a couple of observations about this. First of all, hats off to Oz here, right? Because look, I've been around a lot of debates. They're all sort of difficult to figure out how you interact with the opposition, depending on who they are and what their attacks are likely to be. But I don't know what he expected, because they've not been in the same room. I don't know what he expected to see. But as this disaster is unfolding next to him, he's very professional, keeps it to the camera, makes no observations about the self-immolation that's happening next to him, sticks on the issues, and it just sort of drives a point. That's a tough thing to do. I mean, that takes an awful lot of just sort of
restraint. Grace.
Yeah.
Own. If you're like me, you're getting a little scared. A little bit more levels are at their highest in 40 years, like recession. Trust American portfolio with physical gold and silver.
All right.
Delivered right to your door. Highest rated firm and thousands of fans. If you call them right, qualifying orders too.
Okay.
5 or text Megan, MEG.
Okay, that was it. I never watched that. Oh my God. Ready to be served. Oh my God. Yikes. Well, again, he won. Okay. What do you say about that? Yikes. Yeah, that kind of gave the same feel as Biden. Yeah, you pay for storage fees for that gold. Right, babe?
What's that, man?
Don't we pay storage fees?
Only in the IRA. The IRA would pay storage fees, the actual coins.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, we pay storage fees on gold. You're right. We never see it. That's okay. All right, I'm going to go to the restroom really quick and let you talk to Mr. Snotty, and I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. It's a lively live we're having tonight. Yes, I watched that debate with John Fetterman and Dr. Oz, and I really didn't need to relive it. I mean, because when he won, my mind was actually completely blown. Most people in Pennsylvania, I don't know how you can do this. I really don't know how you can do this. It blows my mind that you could actually elect that. But I must say, he has continued to recover. He has continued to recover, and he's actually turned out to be, in my opinion, one of the smarter, more sane senators of the Democratic Party. There's some of the stuff he's come out with lately. He's talking about supporting ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement. He's talking about supporting Israel. These are things I support. So it was embarrassing, Jerry, but now it's like, nah. He's recovering, and he's coming out of his stroke to be one of the best, in my opinion, better people in the Democratic Party. Right? Sometimes he makes sense. I don't know. Yet here we are. Hard to make sense of this stuff. You know, politics is the art of the possible, right? And this is where you think you can pick up a turd by the clean end, which is sort of a misnomer, I guess. But this is what we're forced to. This is what we're stuck with. The elections have consequences, so we just have to deal with them. You know. So we move on. Right, Kiwi mate. It would be funny. It might actually be kind of sick. Okay, so here's a situation that I found myself in a few months ago. A buddy of mine he's I don't know, 10 or maybe 15 years older than me, that I used to ride off-road motorcycles with. Hadn't touched base with him. I hadn't seen him in a few years. I stopped riding off-road, so I just hadn't seen him in a long time. He was a good friend. And I got a text from his daughter for his for his retirement party. That's what it was, his retirement party. Well, she didn't tell me anything. We rolled up on the party. It was middle of the afternoon on a Sunday, typical old people kind of situation. And we roll in there, and I'm like, bro, what's going on, this and that, how you doing? And he couldn't even answer me. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what the hell am I looking at here? And then it took him about, I don't remember, some number of minutes where he came back and said he had dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that. And I thought, I don't think he does have that. There's something wrong with him. No question about that. Something seriously wrong with the poor guy. And boy, that was about the most uncomfortable spot I've been in a very long time. Very long time. Look at my skin's crawling. I'm scratching right now just thinking about it. That's how I felt at the time. He hadn't seen him or his wife for about 10 or 15 years. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
You're talking about Mr. Ugly?
Yes, I am talking about Mr. Ugly.
We've seen him.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. I can't believe she didn't warn me. I mean, maybe I should have asked, but how do you know to ask? There's a guy I used to ride bikes with. Maybe he was always a little bit goofy. We all are. You know, you overlook those things because
I was all ready to give him shit about some stuff. And as soon as he started talking, I was like, okay, that's all out.
That's off the menu. I got nothing to talk about now.
Yeah.
What the hell do I do?
I'm not doing that.
Just gonna sit here with my plate of Vienna Franks and my glass of wine and just sip that for about the next 45 minutes and then run the F out the door.
No, that was weird.
Yeah. Anyway, this is life, folks. You ready to get back in the chair, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the snot rocket. Thanks, folks, for entertaining me. Appreciate it.
Thanks, babe. Yeah, I actually do think that I think I like him now. You know what's funny is that the Democrat Party, they liked him then, and now they're kind of having a problem with him because he's very moderate, maybe a little right leaning even. Yeah, he tends to go a little bit more to the right. Well, he doesn't go hard left for sure. That's exactly right. He's got his own mind, which I like. I like that. I was gonna say you would run as a G. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm not sure he really knows what he's doing, but oh my God, that's funny. Do it, Jerry, do it. Somebody needs to get rid of Lindsey Graham. He's got to go. I say you go for Lindsey Graham's seat. Not down with Muffin Cumberpatch at all. That's funny. He is. I can't stand him. I cannot stand Lindsey Graham. Run your campaign. You want me to run it? Is that what you're saying? That would not help your campaign. I can tell you that. I would never be that person that would help anybody out that way. Oh, okay, Frazzled. Good night. God bless. Love you. Kellyanne. That's so funny. Wow, where is she at now? I can't remember. I don't know what network she's on. Yes, we love you, Frazzled. Give the grandbabies kisses for us. I saw her somewhere, but I don't know where. Maybe Newsmax or OEN. I don't know. Matt Gaetz is on, I think, not sure. Yeah, I did too. I just happened to see her on something. But I don't know what it was. I do not know. But that's okay. I did like her. I just keep feeling like if I pay enough attention, I'm going to see that the Pam Bondi is gone. I just really want that to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did a great job. Oh, yeah. It looks like AOC might have really effed up. Yep. AOC called Trump a rapist. Yeah. Wow. Who would have thought that electing a rapist would have complicated the release of the Epstein files? Yeah, that's what she said. Mm-hmm. Exactly right. Does she not know that people have been sued and won?
Exactly. She just pooched herself.
She fucked herself. She did. She straight put it in writing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right here. Look. Right here.
Yeah. It was two, not just Stephanopoulos. I think it was Dan Rather too.
Yep.
Slam that stupid cow's head into the ground. She is stupid. Come on, girls.
Yep.
She hit by this down as a post turtle.
Oh, I know. She's so stupid.
At least she plays stupid on television.
I just keep wanting to see that God, I cannot stand our governor, and she's all over Twitter lately. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid cow. Cannot.
She gets gorged when she's on Twitter. She needs to stay
She
off.
does. I'm telling you, our governor, there's not one single, I go and look, if there's a single positive comment, there never is. Ever.
No. Never.
Not one. Not every single one says you're a liar, you're a cheat, get the hell out of here.
She just needs to stay the hell off there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing people are putting Alina Habba for AG. I don't know that would work, but I think it needs to be. I like her, but I don't know that would work. A Timu version. That's hilarious. I know. She is so stupid. And she's not from the Bronx. Not at all. Did you guys know that? Not at all. It's not all how she grew up. I just want to see breaking news, breaking news. What is this? I do like her. I just think that she's too young. I just don't think that's right. She doesn't have enough experience. Oh my God, this is funny. Oh God, somebody just shared a post from Mark Kelly, and it said a condom could have prevented this post. Like, that's a good one. I like that. Oh, really? You want to go over to Rumble and watch it? Look at this. Well, what do you know? See how she changes, her weight changes a lot? Yeah, that's the thing that yeah, a lot of lefties are not attractive. Yep, that's Jeb. Yes, it is. Welcome back. Yes. Yep, Jeb and Pam. Nice. Low energy Jeb. Wasn't that so funny? I loved all that. I freaking loved every bit of that shit. Oh my God.
Little Marco.
Little Marco, I know. Lion dead. Oh my God.
Lion dead.
What did he say about Rand Paul? What was his thing with Rand?
I don't remember.
What did he... Oh my God. That was some of the funniest shit ever. Oh Lord. Oh my God. I can't. Oh God. Oh, Lord. That is so damn funny. Yep. Lion dick. Oh my God. That was actually some of the best damn comedy ever. Yeah, I like Rand a lot. I really like was it yeah, a punchable face. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what he had something to say about all of them. It was freaking hilarious. Right after he just said only Rosie O'Donnell. Oh my God. Freaking so funny. I cannot. Right. You told me about that. I didn't even know. When he was mowing his lawn or something. Oh my God, that is freaking hilarious. Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. That is. Oh my God. Let's see. I know. I know. Isn't that crazy? I told you guys that I know. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh shit. Oh my God. Um Oh, that shit was.
Shut up, Schwartz. Shush.
Oh God, I forgot about. Oh God, that was so funny.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Christ.
I know, right? Kentucky, she is. I want. I can't even stand this. A lot here. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, we're gonna go there just a second.
I cannot say I have to respect the person that if it's not me, the person that wins. If I do win and I'm leading by quite a bit, that's what I want to do. I can totally make that pledge. If I'm the nominee, I will pledge I will not run as an independent. I think the big problem this country has is being politically correct. I've been challenged by so many people, and I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. And to be honest with you, this country doesn't have time either. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't even be talking about illegal immigration, Chris. You wouldn't even be talking about it. This was not a subject that was on anybody's mind until I brought it up at my announcement, and I said, Mexico is sending.
I'll give you 30 seconds to answer my question, which was, what evidence do you have, specific evidence, that the Mexican government is sending criminals across the border? 30 seconds.
Border Patrol, I was at the border last week. Border Patrol, people that I deal with, that I talk to, they say this is what's happening.
Newsflash, the Republican Party's been fighting against a single-payer system for a decade. So I think you're on the wrong side of this if you're still arguing for a single-payer system.
I don't think you heard me. You're having a hard time tonight. All right, you know, most of the people on this stage I've given to, just so you understand, a lot of money.
Not me. Not me.
But you're welcome. First of all, these lenders aren't babies. These are total killers. These are not the nice, sweet little people that you think, okay? You know, I mean, you're living in a world of the make-believe, Chris. You want to know the truth. And I had the good sense to leave Atlantic City, which, by the way, Caesars just went bankrupt. Every company, Chris can tell you, every company virtually in Atlantic City went bankrupt. Every company. And let me just tell you, I had the good sense, and I've gotten a lot of credit in the financial pages. 7 years ago, I left Atlantic City before it totally cratered, and I made a lot of money in Atlantic City, and I'm very proud of it. I want to tell you that. Very, very proud of it.
When did you actually become a Republican?
I don't think they like me very much.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel.
Okay, wait,
subscribe
right here.
by clicking on that button.
The always unpredictable Republican primary took another twist tonight. Pollsters thought the third GOP debate would be all about Donald Trump trying to regain his lead in the polls by attacking the surging Dr. Ben Carson. But instead tonight, the attacks came from surprising sources and were sometimes directed at surprising targets. Donald Trump, who has dominated this race for months, came into tonight's debate in Boulder, Colorado, trailing in some polls to Dr. Ben Carson. But to the surprise of many, it wasn't Carson with whom Trump tangled, but instead the normally genial governor of Ohio.
Folks, we got to wake up. We cannot elect somebody that doesn't know how to do the job.
This is the man that was a managing general partner at Lehman Brothers when it went down the tubes and almost took every one of us with us, including Ben and myself.
I do
he
too.
Was such a nice guy. And he said, oh, I'm never going to attack. But then his poll numbers tanked. That's why he's on the end. And he got nasty. So you know what? You can have him.
It was classic Trump, but as the evening went on, it was Florida Senator Marco Rubio, who has risen to third place in some recent polls, who seemed to be getting much of the attention.
Yeah, I thought the biggest moment in this, where it was the most in tech, where Jeb finally had to take a stand and confront Marco Rubio, and he did it on his missed votes.
What is it, like a French work week? You get like 3 days where you have to show up? You can campaign or just resign and let someone else take the job.
Marco Rubio's response was actually stronger than Jeb's, where he basically accused him of doing this for political purposes and simultaneously attacked the media. Marco Rubio came away much stronger than Jeb did in that exchange.
The only reason why you're doing it now is because we're running for the same position and someone has convinced you that attacking me is going to help you.
Bush struggling in the polls, reducing his campaign payroll by 40%, and competing with Rubio for the position of strongest establishment candidate, has been hitting his one-time mentee hard for not showing up for votes. In fact, today, Bush's super PAC launched a Twitter account at Is Marco Working? And the first tweet was a Ferris Bueller gag.
Mr. Rubio.
Mr. Rubio.
Mr. Rubio.
Bueller. At one point, he was asked about an editorial.
Oh my God. I thought this was going to be good. Oh, hey, sis. We were talking about low energy Jeb and little Marco. There's got to be video that is just, I thought when that said zingers, that was going to be really good. Lion Ted. Oh my God, that shit was so funny. I want to hear from the very beginning when Megyn Kelly asked him about oh, okay. Let's see this. When he told Hillary you would be in jail. Oh my God. Some of my oh my God. Crooked Hillary. Oh my God. I hope this is what I want it to be.
Well, you hired some workers
No, I'm
from
the
Poland.
only one on the stage that's hired people. You haven't hired people.
In fact, some of the people
And
who
by the way,
hired, well, but hold on.
I've hired,
And no,
and by
in
the way, I've
fact-
hired tens of thousands of people over my job. You've
Yeah,
hired
you've hired
nobody.
1,000 people
You've
from
had
another
nothing
company,
but problems
from
with
another
your
country.
credit cards, etc.
Let me
So
say,
don't
let me
tell
just say,
about
well,
that.
let me finish
Senator,
the statement.
hold
This is
on.
important.
You haven't hired one
He
person
hired
in your life.
workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment.
That's wrong.
For hiring.
That's
It is-
wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are Googling it right
I've
now. Look
hired
it up.
tens
Senator
of-
Trump,
Excuse
Polish
me.
workers. You'll see $1 million
Excuse me.
for hiring
Excuse me.
illegal workers on one of his projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Wrong. You know what's interesting?
That happened.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens
Many
of thousands.
from other
Be-
countries
be
instead of
quiet,
hiring
just
Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was
Yeah, you paid
happy.
$1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different.
All right.
That was a whole different
Well,
world.
thank you.
All right. But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator
anybody.
Cruz.
And by the way, Marco is exactly right that a federal court found Donald guilty of being part of a
Thank
conspiracy
you.
to hire people illegally and entered a $1 million judgment against.
I got along with everybody. You get along with nobody. You don't have one Republican. You don't have one Republican senator, and you work with them every day of your life, although you skipped a lot of time with some minor details. But you don't have one Republican senator backing you, not one. You don't have the endorsement of one Republican senator, and you work with these people.
Senator Cruz.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Here's a man, Robin Hood. This is Robin Hood over here. He talks about corruption on his financial disclosure form. He didn't even put that he's borrowed money from Citibank and from Goldman Sachs, which is a total violation. He didn't talk about the fact that he pays almost no interest. He just left it off, and now he's going to protect the people from the big bad banks.
We're gonna
Give
move
me a
on.
break. Now, the wall is $10 billion to $12 billion if I do it. If these guys do it, it'll end up costing $200 billion. But the wall is 10 to 12 billion. You need 1,000. You need 1,000 miles. The Great Wall of China, built 2,000
It's
years
a
ago.
primary
2,000 is 13,000 miles. We need 1,000 because we have a lot of natural barriers. We can do it for 10 to 12, and it's a real wall. This is a wall that's
Good night,
a heck
legs.
of a
Love
lot
you.
higher than the ceiling you're looking at.
If the Mexicans don't pay for the wall, will you start a trade war with Mexico?
Well, you know, I don't mind trade wars. Well, we're losing $58 billion a year. You want to know the truth? We're losing so much. We're losing so much with Mexico and China. With China, we're losing $500 billion a year. And then people say, oh, don't we want to trade? I don't mind trading, but I don't want to lose $500 billion.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump
Hey,
Towers,
Molly.
we'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second,
So cute. Such a cute soundbite.
But no, it's not a soundbite. It's a fact.
Yeah,
Again, go online and Google it. Donald Trump, Polish workers. You'll see it. The second thing about the trade war, I don't understand because your ties and the clothes you make is made in Mexico and in China. So you're going to be starting a trade war against your own ties and your own suits. All right.
You know what?
Why don't you make it in America?
Woman.
They devalue their currencies.
Well, then make them in
That
America.
makes it well, you don't know anything about business. You lose
Well,
on
make them in
everything you do.
America.
You don't
And
know
in
anything
Russia.
about it because you're a lousy.
Well, I don't know
businessman.
anything about bankrupting four companies.
No,
You
I
bankrupted
know.
four
You know what?
companies.
You know what?
I don't know anything about.
You know what?
Starting a
That's
university.
called-
That was a fake
First
university.
of all,
A fake university.
That's called.
There are people that borrowed
Hold on.
$36,000 to go to Trump University, and they're suing him now. $36,000
And
to
by
go
the
to a
way,
university.
and by the way-
That's a fake school.
And by the way,
And you know what they got? They got to take a
I've won
picture with
most
a
of the
cardboard
lawsuit.
cutout of Donald Trump.
And by the way,
that's what they
I've
got for
won
the
most of the
$36,000.
I want to move
And
on.
they actually did a very good job.
Oh my
But I've
God.
won most of the lawsuit.
Senator, I
So
want to
most
bring
of
in
the lawsuit.
I want to
That
bring
means
in
they
my
lost
colleague
part of the
Maria
lawsuit.
Excuse me,
Celeste.
hey, Wolf, let me ask you, am I allowed to respond to this
You're
guy?
allowed. You've been
Okay,
responsible.
well, no, I haven't. I really haven't.
Just talk through the whole thing.
Here's the guy that buys a house for $179,000. He sells it to a lobbyist who's probably here for $380,000, and then legislation is passed. You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to have.
Here's the
as
guy that
president?
inherited $200 million. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
That is so wrong. We'll work on that. I took $1 million and I turned it into $10 billion. I borrowed $1
Then
million.
release the tax return so we can see how
I
much money he
borrowed
makes.
$1 million. I
He
turned it
doesn't make
into
that much
$10
money.
billion, more than $10 billion.
As soon as I step foot into the Oval Office.
I have to say,
Senator
he lied
Cruz.
this time. He lied. 100%. 100%.
You lied about the Polish workers.
Yeah.
You lied to the
30
students of
38
Trump
years ago.
University.
38 years ago.
Oh, he lied 38 years ago. All right, I guess there's a statute of limitation on lies.
First of all, I don't believe anything Telemundo says.
You used to say that. You lied.
Number one.
The Second Amendment
When
from the
you
Bill of
say
Rights.
crazy zealot, are you talking about you, crazy zealot? Give me a break.
What you're saying is getting rid of the barriers between states, that is going to solve the problem.
That's going to solve a lot of the problem. And the insurance companies are going to say that. They want to keep it. They say whatever they have to say to keep it the way it is. I know the insurance companies. They're friends of mine. The top guys, they're friends of mine. I shouldn't tell you guys. You'll say it's terrible. I have a conflict of interest. They're friends of mine. There's some right in the audience. One of them was just waving to me. He was laughing and smiling. He's not laughing so much anymore. Hi. But you know what? The insurance companies are making an absolute fortune. Yes, they will keep pre-existing conditions, and that would be a great thing. Get rid of Obamacare. We'll come up with new plans, but we should keep pre-existing conditions.
Here's what you didn't hear in that answer, and this is important, guys. This is an important thing. What is your plan? I understand the lines around the state, whatever that means. This is not a game where you draw maps
And you
around.
don't know what it
What
means.
is your plan?
That's the problem. You
What is
don't
your
know.
plan on healthcare? You
The
don't have
biggest
a
problem-
plan.
The biggest
Well, what is
problem
it?
he
I'll
doesn't
give
know.
you 1 minute.
The
of my
biggest
time to tell me
problem
his
he's
plan.
got is he
What's his
doesn't know.
plan?
You know, I watched him melt down 2 weeks ago with Chris Christie. I got to tell you, the biggest problem he's got is he really doesn't know about the lines. The biggest thing we've got, and the reason we have no competition, is because we have lines around the state, and you have
I know, we
essentially
already mentioned that as part of my
monopolies in the
plan.
state.
I know what that is.
You
But
don't
what
know-
else
I
is
don't
part
think
of
you
your
know
plan?
much.
So your only thing is to get rid of the lines around the states. What else is part of your
What
healthcare
the
plan?
lines around the states
That's
mean,
your only
and it was
plan.
almost done. No. You know
All
what
right,
that does?
I'll
That
give him
brings
time
in,
of mind. He can
excuse
tell
me,
us his plan.
excuse me. That
What's your
brings
plan?
in competition. When you get rid of the lines, it brings in competition. So instead of having one insurance company
absolutely right
taking care of
about that.
New York or Texas, you'll have many. They'll compete, and it'll be a beautiful thing.
Right, and so that's the only part of the plan? Just the lines, the interstate
Well,
competition?
the nice part about you have many different plans. You'll have
Yeah, they are.
competition. You'll have so many different plans.
But now he's repeating himself.
No, I'm not repeating. No.
Actually, I think Marco is probably doing the best job of anybody on his whole cabinet. He always said he doesn't hold a grudge actually at all. He always says that. This was just funny stuff to me. It was actually hilarious.
Little Marco.
I haven't heard Little Marco yet.
You don't repeat yourself. Here's the guy who repeats himself. You repeat yourself every day. I watched him, talking about repeating. I watched him repeat himself 5 times 4 weeks ago. And
I saw
wanna
you
tell
repeat yourself 5
it
times
was a
5
meltdown.
seconds ago.
I watched him melt down on the stage like I've never seen anybody.
Let's stay
I thought he
focused
came
on
out of
the
the swimming
substance.
pool.
I said, well,
Let's talk
I see him
about
repeat
your
himself
plan.
every night. It says 5 things. Everyone's dumb.
Senator
He's going to
Rubio.
make America great
Senator
again. We're going
Rubio.
to win, win, win.
Senator
He's
Rubio,
winning in the
please.
polls. And the lines around the state. Every night. Same thing.
Senator Rubio, you will have time to respond if you
All
would
right.
just let Mr. Trump respond to what
Yeah,
you
he's
just
going to give us
posed
his
to
plan
him.
now, right? Okay.
If you could talk a little bit more about your plan. I know you talked about
No,
the
we're going to have
interstate.
many different plans
Can you
because
give
there's going
us
to be
specific?
competition.
Said it again.
There's going to be competition. There is going to be competition among all of the states and the insurance companies. They're going to have many, many different plans.
Is there anything else you would like to add to that? as part of
No,
your
there's
plan?
nothing to add. What's to add? What is to add?
Thank you.
Donald, true or false? You've said the government should pay for everyone's health care.
That's false.
You've never
That's
said
false.
that.
No, I never. I said it worked in a couple of countries, but,
you've,
I never
you've
said
never
it.
stood on this debate stage and says it works
No,
great
I
in
did
Canada
not.
and Scotland. We
No,
should do
I
it
did
here.
not.
Did you
No, I
say
did not.
if you want people to die on the streets, if you don't support socialized health care, you have no
Correct.
heart?
I will
Did you
not
say
let
you're a
people
liberal
die
on
on the
health
streets
care?
if I'm president.
Have
If
you
people-
said you're a liberal on
Excuse
health
me.
care?
Let me talk.
Talk away.
If people-
Explain your plan, please.
My plan is very simple. I will not. We're going to have private. We're going to have private health care, but I will not allow people to die on the sidewalks and the streets of our country if I'm president. You may let it, and you may be fine
So
with
does
it.
the government
but
pay
I'm
for
not
everyone's
fine
health
with
care?
it. We are going to take
Yes
those
or
people,
no?
and
Just
they're going
answer
to
the question.
Excuse me. We are going to take those people, and those people are going to be serviced by doctors and hospitals. We're going to make great deals on it, but we're not going to let them die in the streets.
How many people die on the streets if the government doesn't support health care?
The government would
Gentlemen, all of you have
refusing to answer that
Call
question.
it what you
Cruz.
want. You know what?
I
Call it
know.
what you want.
It's a yes or
People-
no.
Call it what you want. People are not going to be dying.
All
on
of
the
you have
sidewalks of the
agreed,
street.
all of you. If you eliminate completely the Department of Education as you have proposed, that's about $68 billion. If you eliminate the Environmental Protection Agency, that's about $8 billion. That's about $76 billion for those two agencies. The current deficit this year is $544 billion. Where are you going to come up with the
Waste,
money?
fraud, and abuse all over the place. Waste, fraud, and abuse. You look at what's happening with Social Security. You look at what's happening with every agency. Waste, fraud, and abuse. We will cut so much, your head will spin.
Mr. Trump,
First of all,
Mr.
he's
Trump.
talking about the polls. I'm beating him awfully badly in the polls.
But you're
every
not
single
beating
one of them.
Hillary.
So
But
I don't
you're
know.
not beating
I don't-
Hillary.
Well, then if I can't beat her, you're really going to get killed, aren't you? In all fairness, Marco is not a negotiator. I watched him melt down, and I'll tell you, it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. He's not going down.
He thinks the
Excuse me, wait
Palestinian is a
minute, wait
real
minute.
estate deal.
And these people may even be tougher than Chris Christie, okay?
The Palestinians
They may
are not
even
a
be
real
tougher.
estate deal,
Okay,
Donald.
no. A deal.
They're not a real estate
deal is
deal.
a deal. Let me tell you,
A
I've
deal
learned
is
a
not
long
a deal
time
when you're
ago.
dealing with terrorists. Have you
You
ever
are not a
negotiated with terrorists?
negotiator. You are not a negotiator. And with your thinking, you will never bring peace. You will never bring peace.
Donald might be able to bring
I
build
want to be
condos in the
able-
Palestinian
Excuse
areas,
me.
but he's not going to. This is
Excuse
not a
me,
real
I
estate
want to
deal.
be able to bring peace.
I
He
know.
will never be able to do it. I think he'd be able to do it. Although I will say this, probably the toughest deal of any kind is that particular deal. The response is very simple. There is nobody on this stage. I have nobody. You might say, politicians all talk, no action. I've been watching it all my life. You are all talk and no
Name one
action. What I've
specific thing you've
seen
done.
up here.
I would like that.
First
to
of all, this
stop.
guy's a joke artist and this guy's a liar. You have a combination.
guy always goes-
You have a combination of actors. He
This is
can't
so
do it for the
typical.
obvious reason, and he
But
can't do
here's
it
the
because
typical
he
thing he
does know
does.
how to tell the truth.
Here-
Other than that, I rest my case.
This is the typical thing he
something
does.
you funding liberal Democratic politicians. And by the way,
I funded
the,
you.
the
I
reason
funded him.
you're welcome
You
to
know
have
that?
the check
I
back.
funded this guy.
Because let's
I
be
gave him
clear.
a check.
Yeah,
I
you gave
him
me
a check.
$5,000.
You never funded me.
And by the way, let's be clear. Donald claims to
You know
care
why? I didn't
about
want
you.
to, but he sent me his
Donald,
book with his autograph.
Donald, I understand rules
Mr.
are very
Trump,
hard
you're
for you.
doing
They're
a
very
great job.
confusing.
I have his book.
Okay,
Yeah, on your
that-
reality
Trump,
TV
you're doing a
show,
great
not
job.
in
Thank you.
Donald.
Thank you for the book.
Donald.
Thank you for the book. Go ahead.
Donald, you can get back on
We
your
got a lot
meds
of
now.
fun up here tonight, I have to tell you.
Oh my God. Oh shit. Those were some of the best times ever.
Oh my God, that's comedic gold.
It is.
Political gold. I funded you. Oh, fuck.
Oh shit. See, he is the ultimate ringmaster. Let's see.
$16 million loss to avoid paying personal income taxes.
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors. I know many of her donors. Her donors took massive tax write-offs.
So have
A
you
lot
not
of my,
paid personal federal income tax?
a lot of my
I know.
write-off was depreciation and other things that Hillary, as a senator, allowed. And she'll always allow it because the people that give her all this money, they want it. That's why. See, I understand the tax code better than anybody that's ever run for president. Hillary Clinton, and it's extremely complex, Hillary Clinton has friends that want all of these provisions, including they want the carried interest provision, which is very important to Wall Street people, but they really want the carried interest provision, which I believe Hillary's leaving. It's very interesting why she's leaving carried interest. But I will tell you that, number one, I pay tremendous numbers of taxes. I absolutely used it, and so did Warren Buffett, and so did George Soros, and so did many of the other people that Hillary is getting money from. Now, I won't mention their names because they're rich, but they're not famous, so we won't make them famous.
Can you say how many years you have avoided paying personal federal income taxes?
No, but I pay tax, and I pay federal tax too. But I have a write-off. A lot of it's depreciation, which is a wonderful charge. I love depreciation.
Yep.
You know, she's given it to us. Hey, if she had a problem, for 30 years she's been doing this, Anderson. I say it all the time. She talks about health care. Why didn't she do something about it? She talks about taxes. Why didn't she do something about it? She doesn't do anything about anything other than talk. With her, it's all talk and no action.
In the past,
and again, Bernie Sanders, it's really bad judgment. She has made bad judgment not only on taxes, she's made bad judgments on Libya, on Syria, on Iraq. I mean, her and Obama, whether you like it or not, the way they got out of Iraq, the vacuum they've left, that's why ISIS formed in the first place. They started from that little area, and now they're in 32 different nations, Hillary. Congratulations. Great job.
I want you to be able to respond, Secretary Clinton.
Well, here we go again. I've been in favor of getting rid of carried interest for years, starting when I was a senator from New York. But that's not the point here.
Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it?
Because I was a senator with a Republican president.
Oh, really?
I will be the
you
president.
You could have done it. If you were an effective,
That's exactly right.
senator, you could have done it. If you were an effective senator, you could have done it. But you were not an effective
Please allow her to
senator.
respond. She didn't interrupt you.
You know, under our Constitution, presidents have something called veto power. Look, he has now said repeatedly, 30 years this and 30 years that. So let me talk about my 30 years in public service. I'm very glad to do so. 8 million kids every year have health insurance because when I was First Lady, I worked with Democrats and Republicans to create the Children's Health Insurance Program. Hundreds of thousands of kids now have a chance to be adopted because I worked to change our adoption and foster care system. After 9/11, I went to work with Republican mayor, governor, and president to rebuild New York and to get health care for our first responders who were suffering because they had run toward danger and gotten sickened by it. Hundreds of thousands of National Guard and Reserve members have health care because of work that I did.
Yeah, and what did she do in Libya? Was that not the most disgusting fucking thing? To this day, I am furious over Libya. It's so fucking gross.
And children have safer medicines because I was able to pass a law that required the dosing to be more carefully done. When I was Secretary of State, I went around the world advocating for our country, but also advocating for women's rights to make sure that women had a decent chance to have a better life, and negotiated a treaty with Russia to lower nuclear weapons. 400 pieces of legislation have my name on it as a sponsor or co-sponsor when I was a senator for 8 years. I worked very hard and was very proud to be reelected in New York by an even bigger margin than I had been elected the first time. And as president, I will take that work, that bipartisan work, that finding common ground, because you have to be able to get along with people to get things done. And
Okay, what I wanted to hear, she is a career criminal. How many people has she had to dispose of because of her husband's behavior? I really just wanted to hear about her being in jail. That was really funny to me. I'm going to have to come across there. I know there's a video of all of his really funny debate stuff. I love that. So you said for the Kohberger, there was something on Amazon Prime. Is that what you said? Oh, okay. Is it the photo that Jeffrey Epstein had? No, I've seen it. Let's see. It's so creepy, right? I don't know. I think it's really gross. Um, oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I have it pulled up. Do you guys want to go over and watch it? Yeah. Gavin Newsom. Let me see. Yeah, let me create it real quick. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna create this real quick and then I will give you guys the link. Oh my God. That's funny. They will, Tony. That will be it for you. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, here is the wait. There is a link. That's the studio. That doesn't get you there?
It is. Studio.
Oh, that doesn't do it? Do you see it, babe? Oh, okay. I think I did it wrong. I get it. I think I know. Yep. I got it now. Sorry. What do you mean I don't like your video? Whenever I see your live, I go in there. But it's usually in the middle of the night. And I just click on it and listen, but I don't ever chat from my phone. I do like them. No, they're not. I have done that. Okay, you're there. Okay. No, I do go in and listen whenever I see that you're on. I do. Hey, Floor. We're getting ready to go to Rumble and watch a documentary on Idaho 4. I put a link right there to it. Come watch. Come watch. It's good Friday night fun. Have some popcorn. I have some popcorn already. Oh, do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, that starts in 5 minutes. I'm going to get over there. Oh, yeah, I have no idea what to say about any of that. Oh, wow, that's funny. Please call. No. Okay. Yeah, I won't do anything. I'm going to say nothing about nothing. Okay, I'm going to end this and get over there and get it all set up, ready to go. All right, I will see you in just a moment. Thank you for everything. Love you. Good night. Good night on YouTube, and I will see you on Rumble. Bye.